Okay. Good. Okay. So yesterday we discussed some of the validation rules, record types, and big list dependency of this, right? So do you have any questions on those? I hope you guys have practiced that. Okay. Let me explain some formulas in the validation rules. So yesterday we have written some validation rules in the account, and we have seen is blank and then is pick val and or, right? So these are the formulas we have seen, and let me go ahead and create some validation rules on the customer. So where do we use these formulas? Okay, you guys don't know what is the importance of these formulas, and you might be thinking that these formulas are used in only validation rules. Okay, so where do we use them? Formula fields. We can use these formulas in the formula fields, validation rules, one workflows, process builders, one approval process, it's one. Even in Visual Force pages also we use this. Stages, second one, lightning components. Okay. Even in LWC also we are going to use these formulas. Okay. So if you want to learn the development or admin, whatever it is, so everything should be on the formula fields. Everything should be on the formula fields. So it depends on the formula fields. So you should learn all these formulas. Okay. See this Salesforce complete concepts or depends on formula fields, validation rules, and workflows. Cross builds are very much important. And for the UI, Lightning and Visual Force pages are all related to interface. So if you think that without formula fields, uh, there will be no Visual Force pages. Lightning components can be learned in fulfill knowledge. Okay. So if you want to get the fulfill knowledge, then you should learn all these formula fields. Okay. So I'll give some kind of requirements and let's write some validation rules on this. Okay. Now let's go to the formula first. Counts. Okay. We have validation rule, right? So I'll explain what will be the exact one it's required. Okay, so let me check. First one as begins. Okay, we'll go one by one. What begins will do? Here it is saying checks if text begins with the specified character and returns true if it does, otherwise return false. Okay, so let's say I need one uh, validation rule if the account name is starting with test account or let's say test. I don't want to create, I don't want to allow the users to create the test accounts. Okay, then we can use begins. Begins means which is starting with. Okay, so this text is, let's say, you have to give in the double quotes test. If this test is having the value on the account name, then it should show the error. Say account name. So here it will give the API name. You don't need to select. If you are familiar with the API names, then you can directly give it. So now check syntax. See this virus Let me give comp name should not start with test. Okay. So I'm giving it account name. Save it. Just remember what is begins. Let me give test. Save. Account name should not start with test. Okay. That is called begins. The name itself, it is saying that begins. Begins means it is starting. So which one? Name is starting with test. Then it should return true. Okay. This is begins. Contains. Okay. So let's say there is another one, contains. So what is contains? See, here it is saying that check if the text contains the specified characters and return true if it does, otherwise return false. See, usually if it is starting with test, it is throwing the error. But let's say my test account. Okay, save. It is saving. Even this is also test account. Now I need to fire a validation. If the account name is having the word called test, then I'll go with the contains. Okay, contains of text. Contains means that is if it is existing or not. Okay, name should not contain. Let's save this. Edit and save this. Send to. Someone saying something? Is it for everyone? Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, Sanjay.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Nandini, you might have some issue. Okay. So let me check this later. No issues. Let's go ahead. So contains, just get this. So date will create the year, month, and date. So this will be used in the Visualforce pages, and we'll let you know how it use. Distance, then if. Okay. So what is a if? Usually, if is a local condition. I mean, it's a logical condition. So this if returns true or false. There are two. There might be two conditions. Okay. So in this case, if will be in this one. If logical test value what if it returns true or value if it returns false. Okay. This is usually mostly we use this in the formula fields. Okay, not in the validation books. Then just get the syntaxes and say this. Includes. So includes this is nothing but for validating the multi-select. Let's say if the sorry, which one is here? No multi-request. Let's go for a customer object. Okay. So if you want to validate the multi-select, okay. So I don't want to select both A and B as the values in the types or it's a products. This is multi-select, right? Is it types or products? Okay. So in the types pick list multi-select, I don't want to select both, sorry, A and B as the values. Then I go for includes. So includes is used to validate the values in the multi-select. If it is in the pick list, is pickval is the function. Right, validation rule, where is this? Validate types. This is just for your purpose. It's only is includes. Okay. So here, let me as and I'm using two. Okay. So if this types field, let's use this types, is having value called A and if types, so let's proceed, is having a value called B. If it is having both values, then you can say this types A and B cannot be selected together. Okay, so top of the page, just try sentence. Includes is used to validate the values in the multi-select. That is just the information. Okay. Now let's say if I'm selecting A and B in C2. Types A and B cannot select it together. Okay. So this is how the includes. Okay. Now sometimes we have seen it will work, sometimes if we have seen is blank we have already seen. So now there is another thing called is changed. Okay. So is changed means so is changed is referring that is a value changed on the field. Okay. Now let's say I have the customer name. Okay. I don't want to allow the people to change the customer name. Okay. In that case, what we can do is, let's say, is changed of customer name. Okay. Then say this customer name cannot be changed. Validation rule. Customer name change. Say let me go and change. Try to say this. Customer name cannot be changed. There will be some other conditions also you can use. These are just formulas. Okay, is changed off. What else? Is cloned means if the record is getting cloned, clone means just creating another record. It's just like as a Xerox copy. Here there will be a clone button. We have removed this one. So clone button will be there. If you want to clone the record, you can clone it as a Xerox. Okay. Then is new. So let's say I need to fire a validation rule on creating of the record. Okay. So let's say if you are creating a new customer, okay, then if you want to validate something for new customers, I don't want to select type as A. Then what you can do is and of means when the validation should be fired. If it is use new means it's a new record. Is new means it's a is record. And then is big value, right? Is big value of type underscore C is A. Then new customers type not be A. Okay. Same as is new means this condition, if it returns true, then this validation will be fired. Make sure that you understand clearly this formula, whatever you are giving in the error condition, then if it returns true only, this validation message will be thrown. Okay. Now here is new means if a new record is getting created, then is new function will return true. And then is big value means if the type of the customer type is A, then this also will return true. Then why we are using and means if this record is new record and pick list value is A, then only we have to throw the error. To formula, I mean to get the true value and based on the our requirement, we are creating the formula on the validation. Now let's say I'm giving same. This new customer type should not be A. Okay. So this is how validation rules will be fired. Now let's say there are two type of employees are there, right? So this is one, and let's go ahead and other validation rules. Is null. So this is just like if the value is null or not, you can check it. Is number. So if the given text is number or not, you can verify this. Is back where we have seen log yeah, this is another important function, not. So this is the opposite to the actual value. See this? Control Z. Now, let's say I need to validate that for new customers, it should be selected A only. If it is not other than that, then I have to throw the error. So what you can do is not of this one. Okay, means should be A only. Here the condition is for the new record, if type is not A, then throw the error. Okay, just save. Let me select another value, save it. Means it's opposite for other validations, not. Okay, not of condition, that's it. Not and there is or condition. This is also very much important. Okay. So what is it or? Say I want to add the values like for the new customers, it should be whether A or it should be A or it should be B. Other than these two, then throw the validation. Or condition, if this is true or this is true, this will return true. Okay? Not of A. If it is not A or not B, then it returns true. Or will return true if any one of the condition is true. If you want to see the logical condition or logic 1, logic 2, logic 3, any number of logics you can give. Any one logic is true, then the entire condition will return true. So this is completely opposite to the AND. In AND condition, this should be one condition. This entire will be another condition. Okay. If these two conditions are given true, then this entire formula will be written as a true value. Then only validation rule will be A can be A or B only. Saved. So let me select something other than this. B. Select A or B. Means how you are going to write the validation rule. That is very much important. This is all right, or is this then prior value. This is also one very much important validation formula. Okay, prior value. What is a prior value? Prior value is nothing but what is the previous value of this that uh, that field. Okay, so let me see this prior value of this one. So let's say what I'm going to do is there is customer, right? So there is customer name is T, or let's say go as type is A. Okay. So I don't want to allow the users to change the pick list value from A to any other. Means if the value is A, no one should edit that. Okay, that cannot be changed to any way. So then let's say if I change to C, I need to verify whether the previous value is A or not. Then only I will throw the error, right? For that, use this and is changed of type double underscore. Means if value is changed, then prior value of is big value. This is bit difficult, but it's not that much complicated. So this prior value of here the syntax. Say this is changed of type means type value is changed and previous value is A. Okay, so then where we are checking whether the other value means the value is other than A or not. Okay, that will take care of by is changed function. Is changed means the value is changed from one to another. Then we are checking whether the prior value is A or not. Okay, customer type A cannot be changed. Okay, Just save. Now this is A. Let me change to A to C. Try to save. Customer type A cannot be changed. Okay? So this is how it works. That is prior value. So whatever I'm explaining the functions, these are very much important, which we'll be using in all the ways. Okay. Prior value is fine. What else? Text is just to convert the value of this. Sometimes you have to check whether the value of this pick list value is text or something. So you can use this today trim upper value. Okay. So these are the very much important functions we have seen. So if you learn them, then simply you can go ahead and try to get one by one. It's changed. That's right. Rejects. Let me try this. VLOOKUP config and lookup field only object lookup value get customer on this customer VLOOKUP. Usually we have to give object name others. Give this as customer. This is just a syntax. What it is?
I think and it's comparing that.
What is that?
Yeah. The VLOOKUP is like comparing the value.
You have used this previously. Not sure why it's something like this. We were giving simply so by this. Is check time dot check time stop the things text. Let's see. Okay, I'll explain this later. So what actually VLOOKUP is, it works. VLOOKUP will look for a value in the entire object. Let's say if I'm trying to create one record with the same name. If I want to validate this, so then what I will do is I'll just go ahead and write a VLOOKUP in the validation rule, then that can be validated. Okay, so I'll let you know a little bit later how to use that VLOOKUP. Let's go ahead and expand this. Okay. So what else we okay, so these are the functions very much required. Now let's write some validations based on some other parent values and some others. Let's say I have students. Okay, so or let's write a record types for this employees. So when I'm creating employee, okay, I need to file a validation like for the permanent employees, I need to file a validation. So the salary should be greater than 10,000. Okay, that is the condition I need to write the validation. Means for the permanent employees, I need to have the salary more than 10,000. Okay, then what you can do is go ahead and get the validation. Can do something. So, and so you have to throw a validation when the employee is permanent and his salary is less than 10,000, then you have to throw the error message. So here, go ahead and select the record type dot name. For that record type only, right? We are going to throw the validation equals to permanent. Okay. And then if salary is less than 10,000, right? Through a validation means how to access the record type information in the formula fields or validation rules. This is how you have to use record type dot name. Now just use permanent employees should have the salary greater than 10,000. Okay. Save this. Now go ahead and create one permanent employee. Save. So permanent employee should have salary greater than 10,000. Okay. So this is how you can access this. Another thing, let's say in student object, selecting the training, right? So if you select the inactive training, okay, which is completed training, I have to throw the validation, right? The training is already completed, select something else. Okay, so that means from the student object, you are validating the parent, that's called training. Okay, these are some advanced validation rules. So use this. Now go ahead and create validation rule. Validate training. Okay, just use how to use this insert field from the training. Okay, if status is, so this is the pick list value, right? So for validating the pick list value, have a function called pick value. Pick value is completed. Okay, you can throw a validation like See how to access the parent fields using this object name underscore underscore the or dot field name. Okay. Else, what you can do is you can directly go to this one and select the object name, get those things. Okay. So there are other things, object types, organization, files, system, user role. I'll explain one by one later on this. Okay. So if it is completed, then we can say completed training cannot be selected. Cannot be parent. Save it. Now go ahead and select the parent, which is completed. Try to save. See. Okay. Save. You throw the error. Completed training cannot be a parent. Okay. So this is how you have to write the validation rules. Okay. So those are some basic validation rules. Then I'll give some advanced validation rules, how to write that and how to use this. Okay. So any questions till now? No questions? Fine.
No, sir.
Yes.